Flosstube friends. It's time for another episode. Hi everybody, and welcome to another weekly update. It's been a while for me. I am Annie Joyfilled Stitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. I have actually been doing fairly well at posting progress and things. So if you don't follow me over on Instagram, go head over there because there is stuff over there. So this is Flosstube number 132, and it is Sunday. Yes, Sunday, January 16th. And it has been almost 3 weeks since I last filmed a regular Flosstube. It's been also almost 3 weeks since I filmed my Whip Parade. And I will talk more about what has been going on in our lives, the joy-filled life, here in a little bit. But first I want to show all of this stuff. But actually first, we need some hugs. It's been a while, folks, and we need some virtual hugs. So on this channel, give virtual hugs. We do one on each side, from me to you, and then one to ourselves. So let's get started with that. So come in for your hug. Let's go over here. Let's get one on this side. And then we're going to give ourselves a nice big old squeeze. So, like I said, I will do some life update towards the end. I have missed filming. I have gotten some stitching done. Today's video is going to really be, I've got some giveaways to announce from my last regularly scheduled video. I will also explain why the other giveaways have not shipped yet. They are going to ship, but they have not shipped yet, and I will get more into that with the life update part. I've got what I worked on. I have started a couple of small things, and then I also have some finishes, which is super exciting. I then want to talk to you a little bit about kind of some of my plans, specifically some planned starts that go along with different events that I'm going to try to participate in this year. I'm not overcommitting myself. A lot of these things are smalls, like ornaments, because I would love to have my tree full of ornaments. And then I also have some stash that is getting added to my collection, some stash acquiring that happened. And some of that is smattered throughout the starts because there was a few things I needed to order for those starts. Some specialty threads, or some perforated paper, or things like that. But I will go into all of that here shortly. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who is tuning into today's video. If you have been around for a long time, over 131 other videos, thank you so much. And if you are brand new to my channel, I noticed that we hit over 4K, which is incredible. My Whip Parade is over 4K views, which is mind-blowing. So to those of you that have found me anew, welcome. This is my little corner of YouTube. Call it Flosstubes. That is kind of one of the little terms that goes around about cross-stitch or cross-stitch and other craft themed videos. I do show other crafts. In fact, I was going to show my socks, but they're not in here. My socks I'm knitting. I'm not finished with them. But today's going to be a lot of cross stitch and some plans going into the rest of 2022. I thoroughly anticipated filming this much sooner. In fact, I fairly believe I promised to be back on January 8th. Life got in the way. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's first talk about the giveaways that I did on my last regular video. So this was Flosstube number 131. This was the video where I showed the remainder of my items from all my different countdown to Christmas boxes, as well as my Moe's sale items that came. I chose not to participate in that this year. I actually don't even know if she's doing it this year, but I did choose not to participate in that. You kind of have to decide pretty quickly because you pay monthly starting in January. So let's just get right down to it. So I have my notes. I went through and did YouTube random comment picker on that video with the keywords that I had. Oh, are you thinking you're going to get my socks? I have no clue where they are, but thank you for offering. With the keyword that I asked you to use in the comments. let me get back on straight and narrow. So the first item, I don't think it was in this particular order, but it was a pretty cotton hank from Mo's Sale in the color Scream. This is 100 yards. And there were 40 people that used the word scream in their comment, and I will be sending this to Allison Norris. So Allison, this should be getting in the mail to you this next week. So yeah, that was exciting. This one was very popular. This one I had asked you to use the word berries, and it is a Kathy Barrick Christmas pin pillow with the linen. I believe it is the called for linen, as well as the called for Weeks Dye Works, which this is a beautiful palette. It's much more autumnal than you would think by looking at the chart, but who knows? I'm wondering. Yeah, no, that's what it calls for. Interesting. Because that is very much more a rusty orange than a red. It's very primitive. There were 97 folks that said they wanted to stitch this and have it sent to them. And it is going to Elizabeth Holzer, Holzer. So Elizabeth, I will be putting this in the mail to you this week, as well as all of the previous items. Everything is going out this week. I cannot guarantee how long it will take to get to you. However, I am going to get them put in the mail, and I'll explain why they have not left my home yet. So the next one was from Kathy Barrick. It's Merry Christmas Wishes. This one, 83 people used the word wishes in their comment, and it is going to Andy Harrell. So Andy, congratulations. I will be putting this in the mail to you. Next up, we had a chart from Needlework Press called H. Purdy 1822, not 182022. And I asked you to use the word Purdy in your comment. 52 people said they wanted to stitch this, or they used the word Purdy in their comment. And it is going to Kimberly Strickland. So congratulations, Kimberly. I will get this in the mail to you. Next up, we have from Stone Street Stitch Works, Peace and Goodwill. It is beautiful. I think the brickwork would be super fun to stitch on this. I asked you to use the word peace. 90 people used the word peace in their comment, and this is going to go to, oh no, I must not have drawn for that one. I wrote down how many, and then I didn't pick somebody. We're going to come back to that one. We're going to come back to that one. My apologies. Let's jump right on over. Brain fog is real. So I had this awesome Kitten Stitcher notebook, lined notebook with a beautiful image on the front. And I had asked you to use the word lace. And I did not write down how many people. See, this is where I did not write down how many people had used the word lace. So I apologize. But this is going to go to, actually, I think I'm wrong about this. I am wrong. I wrote things in the wrong section. We're going to come back to that too, because I think, in fact, I know. I don't know. Okay, I don't know about these two, because I wrote half the information on them. I apologize. I am telling you, brain fog is real. More on that to come. All right, next up. Are you warning the dog? Okay. Next up, we have this beautiful Hands Across the Sea sampler chart. This is Emily Wildhack 1874. I had asked you to use the word Wildhack. 54 people used that in their comment, and it is going to go to Dawn O. So Dawn O, I will be putting that in the mail to you. And then the last item were from the Mo's Sale box, and it was these little canvas bags. So it has an elf shoe, and then this one has a tree. And I had asked you to use the word elf, and only 17 people put their name in their comment in the hat for this one. So it was very good odds, and it's going to be sent to Kay Walker. So I think those would make a great little small project bag, a notion pouch. If you knit, they'd be great for knitting. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to come back to the other two that I did not get all the information on. I apologize about that, but I don't want to hold up the rest of this video to go and redraw those. So let's talk about what I worked on. Shall we? All right, so first up, let me get my bucket over here. This was a new start. So I have a board that I am doing. So I first of all I'm showing you parts of my Stitchy Planner. I have my WhipGo 2022 board that, great idea by Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She has a fantastic video describing it. I'm not going to go into detail because she does it much, much, much better. But in January, 2 and 19 were called. So in the month of January, my goal is to meet these goals on these projects. Like, that's my ultimate. However, these are year-long goals. So if I don't get the 14 days on something, then it can continue on throughout the year. Well, I thought I have so many little things I want to start that I created a Start Go board. So on this board, I have 25 small-ish projects. A lot of them are ornaments that I want to stitch this year and have finished. And so I'm going by the same two called numbers. So 2 and 19. I have finished 2. I will be showing it in this video. And I started 19 earlier this week. So these are not all Christmas themed items. Some of them are, some of them are not. This one is not. This is just a really cute frosted pumpkin stitchery chart I had purchased when they had a great sale at one time on their PDF patterns. And this is one of their Pen Pal charts. It's specifically Pen Pal number 205, Spring Day at the Carrot Farm. I think it's adorable. I have changed out at least one color. I am making the clouds blue, and I am making the windows of the barn like a glowy yellow. There may be some other things I've changed. I think the border is a light, light, light yellow, but I'm doing it in white. So let me show you what progress I have so far. This is on a 18 count Aida from Color and Cotton. It's a grab bag piece, but it was perfect and super fun. So as you can see, I am awesomely stitching a lot of white. So as of this morning, I have all the white on the barn, all of the white of the postage stamp, and I'm working on filling in this cloud, and then there's some over here. There is some white down here in the bunny's belly, but I will fill that in later as I have some things to count off of. So I have quite a start on this. My goal would be to have it finished in January, and I don't think that's going to be too challenging because this can be a really good stitch to just have with me if I have a few minutes to pull it out at work. So next up, I'm just going based on where it is in my bucket. This is one of my WhipGo pieces this month. I have 14 days slotted for this, and I think so far I've done 11. So I'm very close to meeting that goal and checking that box. And this is Gathering Eggs by Nora Corbett, Mirabilia. I love this one because it looks so vintage to me. I am stitching this on 32 count Storm Lugana from Picture This Plus. And this is what I have so far. I have gotten a lot of progress in this. I don't do the whole here's where it was before, but I will say you can go and look over on my Instagram because I did put a kind of here's where I was, here's where I'm going. This whole section gets filled in with this blue, so I'm kind of waiting. I'm kind of going back and forth on it because there's more blue over here. This is going to be the girl's head, so I'm getting close to being able to start working on that. But yeah, I love this, and I have some time to do on this tonight. And I'm stitching it just in the called for DMC. I don't believe this one has any beads. So it's a very straightforward stitch. I am doing it on the Lugana because there are some places where there are half stitches around the edges of her face. So yeah. Next up, this is a huge finish for me. I started this piece when it was released in 2020. This is, let me see if I can find my cover page. This is the Linens and Threads Mystery Sampler designed by Fox and Rabbit Designs. So this was the 2020. It was called Friends and Family. This is the size of the original. I went and at some point last year I reevaluated and said, okay, I want to finish this, but I know I will never make it through all of this. This flower right here, which is gorgeous, burned me out big time. And it was also right about the time when the world kind of changed. Yes. Because this was the April 2020. So I did get that one complete. I pulled it out a couple more times. I pulled it out on its birthday last year, and I thought, I've got to figure something out. So what I did is I went through all the charts, and I figured out, okay, what if I stopped it right here? What pieces could I put in from the remaining months that I love, that I will enjoy stitching? So I added in this bee, which was from the 11th release. This was from the 12th release. This one I had already kind of started, so this was going to get finished. This was from the 11th release. These were both from the 10th, and this one was from the 6th. So I kind of got some in there. I'm super pumped because this came out on its birthday, which I think was January 4th, and I've worked on it a little bit along the way. I stitched this on a 32 count linen from Mystic Fabrics. It's an unnamed, it's a beautiful piece. It's very like parchment. And I stitched it in 6 colors of overdyed floss. We have from Gentle Arts, Soot, which is one of my favorites, Pink Azalea. We have also Tropical Ocean and Victorian Pink. So those are my Gentle Arts. So 2 pinks, that Tropical Ocean I love, and Soot. And then from Weeks Dye Works, when I started this, I was still okay with Weeks Dye Works, but now I've just realized I don't enjoy it as much. It tangles a lot more on me. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's user error, but I did finish it with these 2. So it was Strawberry Fields and Cadet. And so that was my palette. I clearly overestimated my floss. I based my floss on the fact that I was going to be doing the large piece. I did finish it. Oops. I pressed it last night. I took pictures. They're over on my Instagram. And I put it on a hanger. So here it is in all its glory. I am going to frame this. I had initially thought, okay, maybe make a cool pillow. It's the wrong direction for a pillow, especially once I put in the dates and stuff. I suppose I could have done it like this, but then that big flower in the middle looks weird. So some of the things that I did is I went ahead and charted 2020, which is the year I started it. I put my initials on either side of this kind of more central motif, so AV. And then down here, I put my finish year, 2022. And as you can see, I think it turned out fantastic. Are all my stitches perfect? No. Did I learn some things? Yes. Did I, at a certain point, start doing loop method with my variegated flosses? Yes. Did I carry threads? Yes. My back is actually pretty nice. It's not the most beautiful, but you know what? I enjoyed this, and I will enjoy having it framed and up on my wall somewhere. Because it's some of my favorite colors. I just really enjoyed it. So, linen is not my favorite. I will stitch on even weave, but Aida is my absolute favorite. So if I had to do it again, I would definitely pick an Aida. But at the time I started this, I was really into linen. Shocking. So I've got a few holdover pieces that are on linen that are going to hopefully be coming out and getting their just dues to get finished. But I'm happy to have that long-standing whip off my list. So now if I can just get Rosetta finished, that's one of my oldest ones. All right, so I started this one, and I think I showed it in one of my last videos. I started this on December 26th. This is Tree Topper. It is an ornament kit from Satsuma Street. You can purchase this off of her Etsy. I'm not sure if they're in stock right now. It was a huge hit when it came out. I actually had to wait till the second restock to purchase it. But I'm very excited to say that it got finished yesterday. So yesterday was the day of finishes. So I think this is adorable. I'm going to get myself some sticky back felt to put on the back, and then I'm going to do a cute little like ribbon hanger in between so it can be on my tree next year. So this is kind of my first foray into truly doing perforated paper and seeing a project through to the end. I have learned a lot. And I have another one of these that's part of my Start Go, or actually part of one of my ornament challenges, and I'll share that in a minute. But I love the sparkly sequins and beads. I think it's adorable. Very beginner friendly for beads. There's instructions on how to bead and do the sequins with the beads. highly recommend. And it came with a beading needle, which I did not have. So I thought that was very thoughtful to have a beading needle in there, because I have a ton of cross stitch, but I've never done beading to the extent that I needed a beading needle. I do have one other project with beads on it, but I only did a few because I did not like how it looked, but I love how these beads look. And the little birds. I mean, I would say my top three, I'm going to say top three designers are Barbara Anna, Ink Circles, and Satsuma Street, 100%. So that one is a finish. Yay. So this was kind of a good month for finishes because I'm not done. This one I started and finished in 2 days. So this is a piece from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This was my number 2 on my Start Go. And this is Not a Creature Was Stirring. This is from the Christmas Ornament 2016 issue. However, I do believe they have this one on their site or something very, very similar. I stitched this on, now it's some color and cotton, and I feel like it is a grab bag piece. Yep, it's like going to be a grab bag. And I swapped in, let's see, I think I did everything as charted except the letters. I picked a variegated. I picked Christmas Ivy, which I thought was fitting, from Forbidden Fiber Co. And that is a finish. So now I just need to get it fully finished. So Not a Creature Was Stirring. I love that it's like a little baking theme and a little gingerbread man. So cute. And it was a super quick stitch. Highly recommend it. So that was nice to feel that, like, okay, I started something and I finished it. I'm kind of in a place where I'm liking to see good progress on things. Here's another finish. So this is from one of my favorite floss tubers, Helen D. She won the Christmas Ornament challenge thing, design competition. That's what it was. Design competition by Just Cross Stitch magazine. And she created this one. It's similar to some of her other freebies that you can find in her Instagram bio. This one, however, for the time being, you can find in the December 2021 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's called You Know Dasher. I stitched this with the called for DMC Etoile. However, for the 3865, I've subbed in Gentle Arts chalk. And I stitched this on a piece of 16 count Ada in chalkboard black. And I'm going to put something behind this because it's hard to kind of see. And I had it rolled because I had ironed it and I had it rolled. And my only complaint, and it's not about the design or anything like that. I think it turned out fantastic. My complaint is my Q-snaps. This is the only fabric that it leaves marks on. And actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure I have ironed this yet. So I'm going to try ironing and see if that comes out. But I'm going to probably do a pretty tight finish along the edge. I don't know what my finish will be yet, but I think it was so cute. I love the little bit of sparkle down here and the O of Rudolph. So that was fun to stitch. So thank you, Helen, for designing it and putting it out there to be a winner of a competition. It deserves it. 100% deserves it. All right, so this is how long it's been since I have chatted with you. This project has not seen the light of day since the first of the year. This is Count Your Blessings by Long Dog Sampler. And this was my 2021 December Whip Go goal, was 14 days. And I did meet that. And I got a pretty good amount of progress. This is on 18 count sterling from Picture This Plus, Ada. And that's where I got to at the end of my 14 days. This is on my Whip Go for 2022 to put some additional time into it. I think it's 14 days again. This was my New Year, New Start of 2020. And I just think it's so cool. I love Long Dog Samplers. I have another like monochrome one, but I love that this one is so different. That it has such beautiful colors. This is charted in all Gentle Arts. So, yes, love it. And I don't even think I've used all the colors yet. So that's kind of exciting when I pull it out, is to use a new color. All right, I think this is the last one. Yep, last one in my bucket. And this was a new start just before the beginning of the year. In fact, I was starting it after I finished my whip parade on the 29th. So this is my New Year, New Start for 2021. I already have a project on the 1st, so I started this one on the 29th. This one is Time for God by Lizzie Kate. I've seen several other stitchers stitch this. I chose my own colors, and I put it on a fun fabric. This is on Color and Cotton Petunia. It's an 18 count, and that is what I have so far. Happy times, praise God. And I love so far my colors. That is really washing out the fabric. Let me see if I can. It's a really pretty purpley pink. But yeah, I love that so far. I'll kind of show you my colors. I have obviously not used all of them. I will definitely share on my Instagram post what my colors are once I've kind of used them all. I have already used Rain Wash. That is for some of the lettering. I've already used Aphrodite in the little flowers. I have used I used this? Let me see. No, I have not. Yes, Fairway was in the little tiny greenery with the flowers. I have used Zinnia. These are all Color and Cotton so far. I have used this Acid Lime. And I have used this. The garland right here and right here is a beautiful Dinky Dye Silk in Honeycrisp. And then I have also used this Flagstone. So Flagstone and Rain Washed are my two word colors. So Rain Washed is the one that's going to be at the top, and then the one with the large block letters is the Flagstone. That's just what I chose. I have not used these two colors yet, but I'm excited. So we've got Northern Lights, also Color and Cotton, and then Oasis, which has some purpley tones to it. So I'm excited to see how this continues to come along. So yeah, I may end up not doing a complete straight conversion, meaning like every single thing of every single symbol is the exact like match across. Sometimes I'll just like wing it. So I will definitely let you know once that continues on. And I get a little further into it. That I believe, I'm picking up some projects real quick. That I believe is on my Whip Go board. Let me tell you and see if it ended up on my Whip Go board. I'm looking, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, but that's okay because I have a couple of different like options. I've got where I can put in Stitcher's Choice, that it could go in there if it was what I wanted to work on at that time. All right, so I think what we're going to do now is move into talking about some planned things. So let me tell you, let's run down my start goes as quickly as possible. I'm not going to go into flosses unless it's something just terribly deviated from, and so I have these in different buckets on my whip shelf over there, just prepped and ready. So I have on my Whip Go 2 Quirky Quakers, I believe. Yes, I have Quirky Quaker Fox, and I have Quirky Quaker Lovebirds. So I definitely want to get those two done this year. I have others in this same bag, but those are the two that are on my Start Go board. I have this beautiful ink circles. It is from the Stained Glass Christmas. I purchased this as a PDF off of her Etsy shop. And the one that I'm focusing on is this one right here, which is Holly. But there's other ones. There's Poinsettia, there's Mistletoe, and there's Christmas Cactus. But I definitely wanted to do the Holly one, and it's a little bit of a smaller one. I am going to also be, let's see, this is, yeah, square number 4. And this is Al Forrest Embroidery's Pumpkin Carriage. And I actually have the called for flosses. So I'm excited about that one. Then I saw this one. It was just recently released. So it was a late edition. But I had, oh my gosh, I had to have it. It's so good. This is Love and Joy by Heartstring Samplery. And I'm using some Color and Cotton and Victorian Motto. Then we've got This one, it's on the bigger side of things. This was the 25th anniversary of Acorns and Threads chart, and it came with the chart, the fabric, and the floss. And this is with needle in hand and joy in my heart. I love this. This is Hello from Liz Matthews. It has Ada, beautiful Ada. I think it's Color and Cotton Ada. Maybe, I don't know. And then it's got the DMC. All right, in here, I've got a few. I have, this one is a freebie on Doreen Jones' cross stitch Facebook page, Bright Reindeer. So I have this one slotted. It's not that big. And then I also have this one, calling him Bright Santa. He's also one of the Doreen Jones freebies. And I think I'm stitching all of these in the same color palette. Yes, I am. And then this one, also Doreen Jones. Merry Christmas with the rainbow trees. And yeah, I'm stitching it with the called for DMC. And you know what I just realized as I was looking through my spreadsheet, I actually also have on here Quirky Quaker Reindeer. So I have 3 Quirky Quakers, unless I come to another one that I forgot about. All right, so then after that, I have this super cute one from Sweet Wing Studio. This is Let Heaven and Nature Sing. I love that. And I have, this is going to actually be a series of starts. Obviously, I'm going to not start them all at once. I'm going to pick one and start it. But I do eventually want to stitch all 4 of them. This is the mini stockings. And I believe, what am I stitching this on? I think this was maybe when I thought about perforated paper, but then I have a ton of this, which is some Ada from Fiber on a Whim. And it's the Presenting Lorelei Gilmore. I think this was part of the Gilmore box, maybe. In an awesome Creative Carol bag. Just love it. And then I have a couple of more. This one goes further back. Yeah, this one goes further back. One moment, please. This one goes right here. So then we have, this was a little ornament that was in an issue of Just Cross Stitch, specifically the 2016 Christmas ornament. And it's called Seek, and it's by Summerhouse Stitchworks. I love that one. And I'm doing some kind of fun stuff with the flosses I chose. Then we've got a Lizzie Kate. This one is Come Let Us Adore Him. I love that one. And obviously, as I start these, I will share with you what my kind of floss and fabric choices and things like that are. So then next up, this is another Hello from Liz Matthews. This is her Winter Celebration Small. This one is if you subscribe to her email newsletter. This was one of the freebies that she sent out this year. And I just thought it was too cute, too cute. Now, if only it wasn't charted in Weeks Dye Works, it would have been even better. All right, next up is a chart from my dear friend Helen D. So it's the Fa La to the 8th power. So I'm going to actually stitch 2 of these, and one is super in advance of needing it. But this will be for my daughter's 6th grade math teacher for Christmas after, I mean, she's only in 4th grade. So I have some time, and I'm going to still try to get them both done pretty quickly. All right, next up I have Lizzie Kate's Faith. I love this one with the little pink church. So cute. And then I think I have another one in here. Is this one in here? I feel like it is. I think I'm doing the same colors is why it's in here. But this is Heart and Hand We Won Christmas Bird. So I love that. Then we have the Barbara Anna Christmas Charm set. And I purchased this off of Hirschner's. Which, come to find out, somebody mentioned in the comments of that video that this is Barbara Anna. She reached out on the post and said, yes, these are my designs. I no longer have the rights to them, which makes me sad because they're continuing to sell them. But I am going to stitch these, and I'm deciding which perforated paper I want to stitch them on. I have 2 choices. These were part of my haul. I have this painted perforated paper from Mill Hill in Amazing Gray, which is reading a lot more taupe than, say, the gray of my shirt. or I have this one, which is Midnight Blue. So I'm leaning toward Midnight Blue. However, I'm like, I don't know, that might be kind of tricky. So we'll see. Then we have, I already showed you the white reindeer. Then we have a bag of Heart and Hand Starts. I don't know, these all kind of are going to use similar-ish colors, maybe? No, they're not. So we've got this one I love. Oh my gosh. So cute. I probably will put the actual year, not 2020, obviously. And then I have this one, Oh Be Joyful. So I have those two in the same bag. So I guess I'll decide which one I'm going to do. Then the Carrot Farm was one of them. I have from Kori Ibatakori. These are her little like bookmark looking things. They're like bookmark shaped. And I'm going to do St. Lucia. I will probably at some point do the Nutcracker. I got this from her Etsy shop. I asked for it to be sent to me as a PDF. But I for sure am going to do St. Lucia. And then the Nutcracker probably in a year or so. Then I'm going to do the Housewives Thankful. I love that one. It was, I think, a freebie maybe on her blog. I have another Housewives. This is Be Mine, which is so cute. And then the last one on this board is one that I think I was sent. And this is My Joy from Little House Needleworks. And I am stitching it with silk. And this silk actually came with it. And I think it's beautiful. It's this gorgeous Belle Soie. And it is in Red Fox. So it's beautifully variegated. So I'm going to stitch that. So those are my Start Go pieces. I am also participating. I am a member of the, excuse me, Cross Stitch and Daily 30 group. And they put out a challenge this year for ornaments. And the goal is to finish, if you finish the ornament within the month that fits the kind of prompt, then you will get tokens to use later on in the year. And so I've already finished January and I posted it because January the theme was tree and I used tree topper. And it could be something, I guess, that was already started. I didn't see anything in the rules or stipulations that said you couldn't. So I had barely started that. So I finished it. I'm like, yay, check that box. Let me show you the remainder of the ones that I am doing. So I have this out of order. Yep, hold on one second. Oh, my February one, which is for either snowflakes or snowmen, I'm using my Cozy Gingerbread from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery that I have already started. In March, I will be doing, that's this one. I'm calling this Cute Deer. It is from Doreen Jones. It is from the, why do I have everything in the page? I don't know. It is from the which issue? None of this tells me which issue it's from. Why? I don't know. But it's really super cute. You finish it like this. And it's got a cute little deer on it because the theme for March is winter greenery, holly, etc. And that has winter green, holly, etc. Then in April, it is Santa. And so I'm going to do this one from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is Christmas Eve Delivery. And this one actually calls for fuzzy stuff, which is super exciting to me. And this is from the 2015 Christmas ornament issue of Just Cross Stitch. And I think it may be on their website now. All right, so next up, after that, I think the next one, June, is a free choice. And I just have to stitch this one. It's so cute. It's a little sugar cookie. Snowflake sugar cookie. 2019 Christmas ornament issue of Just Cross Stitch from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I do not have, oh yes, July is already a whip. It's Cabin in the Woods by Tiny Modernist. August is, this one fits with it. It's Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Can you see a theme here? This is Christmas Morning Goodies. It's a cute little stocking. Then September is my Satsuma Street 2 Turtle Doves, which is another one of the little cute ornament kits. Let me see if I can get it out of this bag. So it looks like this. And that goes along with the theme for that one. October, I was inspired to go back through all of my old digital issues of magazines, because I actually had the one that this was in, by Amanda May of Art Designs. She showed this on a recent video. This is Santa Swirly Cone, and it's from Stitchy Kitty, and it's adorable. And I actually had this issue. It's issue 46, which is November 2000, I think, of, what is this magazine called? I don't remember. Okay, well, she definitely shared it, because I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anyway, all right, so then I don't have anything for November yet, but that's a whiles away. And then finally, for December, I am doing this Primitive Christmas Angel. She's adorable. And this is from Romy's Creations. And this was in the 2015 Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. I have all the digital back issues of that, and so I'm able to go back and pull from them. Now, in addition to all of that, I have some other things I've kitted and would like to possibly start in 2022, but we will see, because obviously I want to work on whips too. I will say one that is a non-negotiable and is actually starting this week, it's not too late to join, is the Garden Grow. It might help if that stuff's not in the way. The Garden Grow Stitch Along from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Yay! The chart releases January 22nd, the first part. I will say that is UK time, which means we get it a little bit earlier over here across the pond. So I'm super pumped. I have the Ada that I'm stitching it on, and the beautiful colors. I love all the greens. It's going to be so fun. I cannot wait. I've seen some sneak peeks, and there's strawberries, and there's a snail, and I'm like, yes, awesome. Fantastico. So let me show you quickly, as quickly as possible, my rundown of what else I want to work on. So, one other thing I want to work on is from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's her 12 Days of Christmas. And I've done some color swapping on this. I am thinking I am going to stitch it all on one piece. But I haven't 100% decided that. We are going to Disney World in late March, and I thought these were too cute to do for our tree. So we've got, these are from Abby Sue Designs, which, by the way, she's got a new 50th anniversary Sal stitch along that the borders just got released on. It's in her Etsy shop. So Abby Sue Designs, this is Vintage Bauble mouse ears. And then we've got the Buffalo Flannel mouse ears. And this one's adorable. This one's my first one. Reindeer mouse ears. I love it. So yes, super excited about those. And I don't think I've pulled any fabric yet, because I think I'm going to do these on perforated paper. I think. This one is getting started tomorrow, because it is Betty White's birthday, and she would have been 100. And this is from Jukebox Stitchery, which, come to find out, is dear friend Clay from Stitch Life magazine. This is his design company. So it's Thank You for Being a Friend sampler. I'm super excited about this. And I was inspired by just bright colors and the fact that her name was Rose and all of that. So I have, this is a grab bag piece from Color and Cotton, 18 count. And I am doing Rose Red from Victorian Motto. So yes, it will be a super fun monochrome piece starting this tomorrow. And I'm so excited. So excited. So you can visit Jukebox. I cannot say that. What is wrong with me? Jukebox Stitchery on Instagram, and there's a link to this chart. Go over and visit. Show some love. All right, while I was looking for Santa Swirly Cone, I looked through some of my other shoes, and I was like, what else do I have from this magazine? I was seeing if I could see it, but my printer cut it off. And I found, so excited about this, I found a My Big Toe Designs in there. And this is gorgeous. This is a new creation. So it says, wherefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation, which I love that. That is Matthew 5:17. And so yes, I ordered the called for dinky dies. So I'll show them to you because they're even more gorgeous in person. I ordered based on what the chart told me to order. This was from 123 Stitch. Came here super fast. Of course, they are just like 45 minutes that way. So it calls for 2 skeins of this beautiful one called Riviera. And then it calls for Rose Bay, 1 skein, and 1 skein of Dreamtime. So I think this is going to be gorgeous. I'm going to stitch it on a color and cotton 18 count in Swiss Coffee. I think. I pulled this before I actually had the floss. Oh yeah. Floss is in my possession. I think that's going to be beautiful. And I love me some My Big Toe Designs. So, if you are one who likes Christian themed stitches, she has a amazing catalog. She has a lot of other different genres of stitches, but her specialty though has seemed to be the kind of more Christian themed. And I have it in my bag that I got from Ragtime Quilts, I think. Vinyl front with the rag tag.
I found this on the web.
My apologies. All right, next up, I don't know if I'm going to hit this year or not, but I love it. So this is from Happy Mood Point on Etsy, and this is their sampler of Faith, Hope, and Love. I love it. And I am going to be doing this. I know I said I wasn't going to show it, but I have to show it. I'm doing this in the color and cotton double bubble because why not? On a beautiful gray fabric from Be Stitch Me. It's just called Gray. I don't know if it's one you can order or not. I've had this for quite some time. So this is going to be for it's me. And it's in an awesome bag from Creative Carol with Tula Pink fabric. So this is what the front looks like. This is what the back looks like. Eee, so cool. So cool. That's one of 2 Happy Mood Points. The other one is this one. Couldn't resist this. So Happy Mood Point on Etsy. This is Sampler Star. Love it. I am stitching it monochrome. I am doing this on, what is this fabric? Sea Glass from Color and Cotton with Color and Cotton Alexandrite, which is a beautiful variegated. And I went on and just bought more of it because I only had 1 skein. And thankfully, they match really well. So that was also part of haul. This is also in a Creative Carol bag, which I love. I know it doesn't really go, but I think this kind of goes with like the motif in the middle. All right, next up, in my Alice in Wonderland bag from Bags by Wendy. It's got Tula Pink on the inside. I have a cute little Alice in Wonderland chart that I purchased from Stitchy Princess Black. That's her Instagram handle, but if you want to find her, she is stitchyprincess.etsy.com, and she has this super cute little Alice in Wonderland one. And so I did a color conversion to stuff from my stash. So we've got everything from Forbidden Fiber, Victorian Motto, Color and Cotton, similar to this, but tweaked it just a little bit. Because that's what I do. So this is another something I would like to start this year. It doesn't have a planned date yet. All right, let's keep going. I am going to be stitching this Little House on the Prairie one. We went through an entire year. 2021 was the year of Little House, and we love it. We're probably going to start it again here at some point, reading it again. This is from Pedal Pusher, Barbie of Pedal Pusher, and you can find it on Etsy. Love it. I'm contemplating, because I have this 14 count stone gingham. I think that would be way cool. So we're going to have to wait and see, because there are some colors that are similar. This has a ton of colors. for such a small little sign. But I know that it's to get the real rustic quality. So we're going to see how that goes. But I liked that fabric. All right, 3 more. If you've held in this long, I appreciate you immensely. All right, this one was a last minute edition. Actually, hold tight. There's 2 in here. This doesn't belong in here. I ran out of bags, so I was doubling things up. Okay, this one is from The World in Stitches. She posted this on her Instagram. It's a free one from her blog. So The World in Stitches, and I couldn't resist. It goes kind of along with all those other bright Doreen Jones ones and some of the other bright ones. I just loved it. So it's called, I don't think it really has a name, but that's what it'll look like finished. And then I just pulled some cream, 14 count, Ada, and all the bright fun DMC that goes with it. All right, so then it's not in a bag, and the DMC is part of my order from 123 Stitch, but I'm going to be stitching this one because I think it looks like the Small World ride, and it's going to say 2021. I am going to do more of these, so that's why I just went ahead and bought all the DMC, because I do want to do them all. This is Satsuma Street's ornament set. And that's what I said, DMC coming from 123 Stitch. Although, I will tell you, the thing that has gotten me through this so much better and not like losing track of things is in my cross-stitch journal. I have a page and it's flagged. And I put my purchase tracking. And it shows like, okay, in this 123 Stitch order, this is what I ordered and it's what it goes to. And I actually ordered the wrong count of perforated paper. And I will talk more about that in a minute. This is my nutcracker I'm going to stitch for my brother this year. It's adorable. This is from Anna Pavliuk. And it says she has an Etsy shop, Sweet A&T. And this is from 2021, just cross stitch. And I think it's adorable. Love it. And I'm stitching it pretty much in the called for or close. And I had ordered, I thought 14 count perforated paper because I didn't know there was any other size. Nope, apparently got 18 count. So we're going to see how this goes. This is going to be for my sister-in-law, her cat this year. This is from Sweet Wing Studios, and it's Meow at the Moon. And I am not stitching all of that black background or dark background, so I'm going to put it on this piece. This is the same as my Christmas Quaker bell pull. It's a real dark smoky blue, and so that way I'm not having to stitch all of that. I will do full coverage, but not if I don't have to. So that is all the things that I have planned to move this, to start hopefully maybe this year. Now the start goes are for sure, and the ones for the ornament challenge, those are for sure, as long as I decide to participate in the challenge. Now the question is, can I pull my big bucket of Joy-Filled Stash over? It's Joy-Filled Stashy Stash time, and we're at like nearly an hour. I was not expecting this video to be this long, but I don't know what I was expecting. So we're going to start first with, these are the DMC that go with the ornament set. And so I'm going to put them right now as we speak. Ooh, my apologies. I sent you on a whirlwind. There we go. Stop moving. Okay. I totally did that with my own foot because it's giant. Okay, so DMC from 123 Stitch. These Stitch Me fabrics I have not bought from her in a while, but I don't know why. It's just I didn't really need anything. But she posted that she had these two that were going to be up as ready to ship. They are Fabric of the Month colors. I'm looking to see if it says anything about what month they are. So I got this one, which is It's a Mystery, which is a really pretty blue, as you can see. I'm not going to take them out because crinkle, crinkle, in an 18 count. And then I got this one, which also says Fabric of the Month, and this is Lunar, and this is 16 count. So just really pretty, bluish gray. So I went ahead and snagged those off her website. I don't know if they're still there. You're welcome to check. All right, back before Christmas, back around the first of the year, I feel like. I placed an order with Caterpillar Cross Stitch because I wanted the box. I wanted their sub box, the one that was about to come out. So I got the sub box, and then I ordered some other things, and it said, okay, it will ship with the sub box. And I was like, totally fine. I'm not like in need of any of this. So let me first show you the sub box that I got. So this has a Let It Snow cross stitch kit. I think it's adorable. Comes with the Ada and all the flosses. Comes with the cutest little Mr. Waddles needle minder. It also came with some candy, but that's gone. And then it comes with a cute little penguin, I guess, ornament. Could be a floss drop, I guess. So yeah, that was super cute. Then what I actually ordered, is there were a couple of needle minders I wanted. And if you have not been with me for too terribly long, I will say that some of my favorite needle minders are from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, especially the enamel ones. I also got a pair of pink scissors because why not? And then I also picked up, because there's a deal that if you order 3 needle minders, it takes a discount off in your cart. This is the one I went for because, yeah. How cute is that? It's a cute little dachshund, little dachshund, prancing around in a birthday hat and a shirt. But then I also grabbed, because I thought this could go with any one of my 12 Days of Christmas stitches, because apparently that's my thing now. I like this one. It says Stitchmas, but it's a partridge on a pear. And then I did snag one more, which was not already part of my collection. I think this was part of Hello Petal, maybe, possibly. But look, it's a little hedgehog in a headscarf. So cute. I think she has a name, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. So I grabbed those, and they shipped with my box, which was great. Once they shipped, they actually made it very quickly over from the UK. My helper is back. All right, so then some of my other 1, 2, 3 stitch, I ordered some larger mini stretcher bars. I ordered some 6 and 10s because for some of those pieces, the pieces are larger. I got, like I said, the wrong size perforated paper. I did not know they had 18 count, but I don't even know that I have a needle that will fit through those holes. Maybe. I don't know. I'll try it. But I'm going to go definitely order the 14 count. And then I also, when I was looking for Christmas charm, they only had one of these, but it was a thought to maybe do it on the sky blue. I'm actually thinking I really like this, but I'm going to need more packs. They only had one. And then I also, just because Helen D told me to, no, actually lots of people have told me to, I purchased from 1, 2, 3 Stitch the Kreinik Custom Quarter. So you can use this, I'll have to read the instructions, to make different cordings. And I think that's going to be super awesome for all the ornaments I intend to make this year. All right, so that was some 1, 2, 3 Stitch goodies. Okay, that's not going back in there. All right, so next up, where to go next? Oh, Fat Quarter Shop. I ordered some fabric, 2 layer cakes, specifically for a quilt that I am making, Joyful Little One, that I cannot share details on because she is sitting right in front of me, and it is a surprise. But in addition to that, I ordered some friction felt tip marking pens that I need for this project. And I went ahead and ordered some of the, I think they're called Farm Fresh Eggs. Yeah, Farm Fresh Eggs floss drops. Thank you. Almost dropped it again. Farm Fresh Egg floss drops. And then the stitchy themed floss bitties. I actually just put my DMC on through the holes. I don't wrap them like bobbins. I have a pretty awesome purchase that's going to be coming from across the pond at some point. I think I'm like another week or 2 out, but I ordered, you'll have to wait and see. So for this quilt, I ordered the 10 by 10 layer cake in the Bella Solids, just white. And then I ordered this set from Moda. This is Grace, Brenda Riddle Designs. I just thought it's really pretty. It's similar colors. It's got some reds and grays. It doesn't have like a So you can kind of see it's got lots of fun girly things. So went ahead and got that. And whew, my basket's toppling. I placed an order with Fire Poppies for a Lowry stand longer bar because I had purchased for myself for Christmas the table clamp and the corner, or the table, yeah, the table clamp stand and the corner clamp for the Q-snaps. But where I have it positioned, it's a long story. So I bought the long arm bar. Well, I wasn't going to let that travel by itself. So they had this chart, which I thought was super cute, home for the holidays. I will change up the colors on that a little bit. And it comes with the button. They had these super cute floss drops. They're called the Hot Pop Thread Drops. And so this is what the package looks like. Look at how cute. They're bunnies. So I think that I want to put my Gathering Eggs flosses on these. Maybe. And I ordered some more small stretcher bars, 6 and 7 inches, for the perforated paper things. So that was from Fire Poppies. And then from Amazon, I placed an order for some 2022 charms. I got a 50 pack. It's like $6. But they're just their little silver 2022 charms to put on all the ornaments I hope I finish. I did actually get in the charms that I had ordered from an Etsy shop for 2019, 2020, and 2021. And those have all been put on my mom's ornaments, which I'm giving back to her, I think, today. So yeah. Then, let's get some of this out of my lap. Then I placed an order with Fabric Flair because what happens when Fabric Flair sends you or you look on, so Etsy, if you favorite a shop and they have a sale or they post new things, it'll pop up in your notifications where the bell is on Etsy. Well, I purchased from Dove Stitch before, quite often, which is Fabric Flair on Etsy. And they were like, "Says having a sale." And I'm like, okay, let's go see what's on sale. And so I purchased some things on sale. And these were like incredible deals. So first they had an offcut. It's kind of a long skinny of the gray, pale gray gingham in 14 count Aida. So it was a great deal. I bought it because I love this fabric. They had this one, which was a huge cut. It's really pretty, like cocoa. It's not, there's more pink in this than it's showing. This is an 18 count Aida, and it's a huge piece. Like, huge piece. But it was such a good price. And I love stitching on this fabric. So I was like, yes. This was a misdye. It was actually showing up striped in the listing. So I was really excited to get it and think it was striped. It's not striped, but it's a beautiful turquoisey blue. And I have a ton of this. I have 36 by 35. So yeah, I could stitch like a hate on this. I'm not going to, but I could. And then I got a, this is like a grab bag pack. And this one has plum, 18 count. It says sparkle white, but it's not sparkly. So it's got white 14 count. And then this looks like a 16 count sparkle pink. And so yes, I'm not going to, for the crinkle, I'm not going to open it. So it does have some sparkle. This one does not appear to, and I love the plum. So yeah, and these are actually pretty big pieces. They're all, two of them are 21 by 17 and one is 27 by 17. I do not know what they still have in their sale section, but if you like Fabric Flair, go to Dove Stitch on Etsy. Very last thing, I somehow managed by luck to get a spot in Color and Cotton's Fabric of the Month Club. I didn't have I had my choice. No, I didn't have a choice, really. I kind of had a choice. I could do brights, which I'm fine with. I just wanted back in. And I got my 18 count, which I'm super pumped about. And the first one came. I take it all back. I will gladly stay in the brights because this is gorgeous. So this is Esmeralda, 18 count from the January 2022 Fabric Club. Oh, it's so good. And I actually have a thought about what I'm going to stitch on this, but the floss has not come in yet. And so I don't want to share that because I want to see if I really, truly am going to do that. And they also shipped, you don't like it? Well, Different tastes. I love it. I got my floss of the month at the same time, which is super awesome. So this, I get 5 of the primitive neutral and 5 of the bright. And so we've got dark indigo, which I love. This one's even darker than my other one. Like even darker. Then we've got whiskey. Oh, that's a great color. Brass. Almond latte. And Loden, which is a special edition. Now, I will say, you can go on, and if there's any of these that are left over, you can search their kind of catalog of colors. They've got just their regular collection, and then if you drop down under thread, it'll also say special edition. So any of them that, when I'm showing that are special edition, if there's any left over, they would be in that drop down. All right, so next, let's show you the bright variegated is what it's called. And I get 5 skeins of those as well. These are a purchase that I cannot stop doing because I use them so much. They are some of my favorite flosses to stitch with. So we've got Tiger Lily, which is beautiful. Ooh, Lime Sorbet. That would be a great substitution for like either 704 or even 581 if you wanted to brighten it up. Very cool. Ooh, Purple Rain. I think I have this one, but this one's even more opulent. And then we've got Orchid, another pretty purple. And Robin's Egg. I love that one. I don't have that one yet either. I have some of these. I don't have Robin's Egg, and I don't have Lime Sorbet. I think I have Tiger Lily, but it's in a project, and it looks a little different. So I think that's what's kind of cool is, like, even though I might already have them, they might look a little different. Like that Purple Rain looks a little different than mine. But I'm super pumped to be back in the Fabric Club. So yeah. This has been a long one, guys. So if you stuck around all the way to this point, thank you so much. My hope is to be back this next week. Now, I do need to talk to you about some life update, and I will make it as quick as possible. So the last time that we spoke was on December the 29th during my whip parade. I think the last time I provided you with life update was on the 28th. And at that point, my husband, Mr. Joyfield, he tested positive for the C word on the 22nd. And we quarantined away from him all the way until the 28th or 9th, something along those lines, 30th maybe, when he went and got a test. And the test that he got, he went through a drive-through place and they did 2 swabs. The first one was a rapid they gave you in 10 minutes, and then they processed a PCR, a longer length test. I had a test on the 26th because I was just feeling rotten. You might have seen in my last video, I was real nasally and snuffly. It was allergies at that point. And I actually had both swabs as well. Rapid, negative. And then my PCR was also negative. So when his rapid came back negative, we were like, woo, and so excited. And Joyful Little One was so excited to play laser tag with him because they had gotten this laser tag thing for Christmas. And so exciting. And then we get a message on, he gets an email, hey, check out your PCR results. And this was on like the 1st maybe. And it was positive. So he was still positive at that point. He was not negative. Even though he felt great. He had some very mild symptoms, but no. So needless to say, we had been in close contact with him. Well, Monday morning rolls around the 3rd. Excited to get back to work, excited to get back and teach students. Well, we got an email on that Sunday night that said, hey staff, we're changing up our agenda. We are no longer meeting for everybody to have breakfast together, both campuses at the big campus. You're to report at this time to get a rapid test. And so I reported at my time, which was 7:30. That was all administrators and enrichment teachers. Went at 7:30. Set my 15-minute timer and went about like organizing stuff in my room and doing whatever I needed to do. And then I was planning to go down and have, our first meeting at 8 o'clock. Well, at about 7:42, so before my 15-minute timer went off, our amazing administrative assistant came down and was like, hey, I need to talk to you. So needless to say, my rapid came back positive. And so at that point, she said, we need you to leave, and we'll be in touch with you with what's going to happen from this point forward. So at that point, I called because my mom was supposed to come pick up the little one to keep her for the day. And she said, so she was actually waiting. And she goes, what are you doing? Why do you have all this stuff? And I said, well, I'm positive. She's like, no. So then she told me to go to the drive-through one that was just up the way and go ahead and get swabbed. And so that was a PCR done by our county health department. And it was a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. So at this point, we wait for a little bit. We get swabbed, whatever. We go home, and then I get a text from the school nurse that says, can you be at such and such place at 9:30 to get a PCR test? And I said, yes, I can. And so I went, and I was one of several people that I knew that were waiting in this little slot to get our PCR test, which was a rapid PCR. So it was going to come back pretty quick. Come to find out, it was a great deal that they did that because we had 12 staff members out from our campus. Not even just like both campuses, just our campus, 12 staff members, myself being one. So the deal was, for staff members, we were starting to follow the new CDC policy, which was, if you're vaccinated, you can come back after 5 days in an N95 or KN95 mask. Problem was, if you have a child, that time would be lengthened if you had to be at home with your child. So at that point, did not know if Joy-filled little one went to school on Tuesday. Because she masks, she is fully vaccinated, and she was not having any symptoms. And so they kind of were like, she's fine. She just had it back at the end of October. She can come. So then I get a phone call on Wednesday with our results from the drive-thru, and we're both positive. The thing is, more than likely, the little one's was residual. So since we tested positive on the same day, that pushed her time to 10 days, which also pushed my time to 10 days. So needless to say, I've not been back to work since Christmas break, except for the half an hour that I was in the building. I've had a sub for 2 weeks. Friday, they decided, instead of having a half day, which would have been our first day back, they decided to call it a holiday. So our headmaster said, you know what? We're having a holiday. And we have tomorrow off, Monday. But yeah, we've been at home for 10 days. In addition to break. The little one and I are both ready to get back. But the problem is that it's running through our student and staff population pretty quick. And we have a high vaccination rate as well amongst kids and adults. So anyway, needless to say, I've had extra stitching time, but I've also had extra time to do other things. And I also felt rotten for about 5 to 7 days. And the things that have really continued on for me are that everything exhausts me. I get tired very easily. My stamina is like nil. The other thing is fog. Brain fog is real. It is legitimate, and it is unnerving because I don't forget things. I am not a forgetful person by nature, but the brain fog is real. So yeah, needless to say, we're excited to be back. However, things are still a bit chaotic with staffing and things like that. And we're not even in a place where, like, our public schools are struggling. They didn't even have enough people to staff all classes before this most recent wave. In fact, they ran a job fair in December. They've never done that. So it's an interesting situation going on in our state right now. So that's kind of leads me to why giveaways have not been sent out, with the sheer fact that we've all had the big C word since I started the giveaways, or around about that time. I have decided to wait and not send possible germs with your stuff. So my hope is, and I know that there's a lot of research on how long it lives and but I felt, one, I didn't feel well enough to do it for a while there. But two, I wanted to just wait. So yeah, those will hopefully all be out by next weekend. I can't guarantee they will all be out like gosh darn Tuesday, but we'll see. So I think that's about it for today. That was a long one, guys, and I appreciate it if you made it to this point. Some of you may have known something was up. Totally get that. Thank you to those of you that commented and said you were missing videos and things like that. My hope is to be back more frequently. This was just kind of a life anomaly. It really was. I don't really have a whole lot else to share with you. I don't have any fun carpool stories or anything like that. You know, it's been warm. Now it's been cold. We had wind up to 45 miles an hour yesterday. I'm honestly pleased that our trampoline is still in our backyard and that our play structure that's already leaning quite ridiculously didn't fall over. So those are positives. We've had housekeepers in to do a deep clean, and so that feels nice. And so yeah, today is work on laundry, getting things ready for the week. I have a couple of appointments tomorrow, and then just kind of chilling tomorrow to get ready for the week. What? Yeah, no, I'm not sharing that. Anyway. Oh, the little one's excited because the grandparents have been in Florida for a couple of days for a golf tournament. And they're coming back today. She's very excited about that. So anyway, I wish you all a wonderful week ahead. If you are in the U.S. and you have tomorrow off of work, I hope that you're able to get some X's into some projects. If you have to work, if you're kind of one of those essential folks, all right, that's enough. It's clearly not wanting to stay up on the bed. Burberry paper keeps sliding off and slamming into the floor and the tripod and everything. So anyway, we're going to head off. I need to eat some lunch and it's nearly 2 o'clock. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. Get some stitches in, get some crafting time in. I am so appreciative for each of you that come back week after week. If you're brand new, thank you so much. I hope this is not a normal video. A little bit longer than usual. So with that, I will wish you a wonderful week. I think I've said that like 8 times, but I will say, so long, stitch well. I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.